Hello and welcome to Carol's Organic Kitchen. I'm Anthony, I'm the company director, and I'm here with Carol Fraser, the founder. She's a qualified naturopath, a qualified aromatherapist, and a nutritionist, and she has been supporting people with various health conditions over the last 6 years, more recently, people with eczema and dry skin conditions. And today we're asking, is Dermazeam a cure for eczema? So, Carol, if you'd like to address that question to anyone who may be curious.
The simple answer is there's no one cream that's going to give you a cure. And you can find creams that will help with some of the symptoms, perhaps all of the symptoms, but to address the underlying root cause, you're not going to find that in a cream. And what our cream doesn't do is suppress the immune system, which is what steroids would do, because the eczema condition is down to an overactive immune system. And whilst the immune system is overacting, the immunosuppressants actually help to calm down the immune system to stop these symptoms bubbling up on the surface. What Dermazeam Skin Renewing Cream does is help to ease the symptoms in terms of take down inflammation, ease the itching, moisturize the skin, and give relief as well. And these are not, is this not just me saying what this cream does? This is what others have actually experienced, what my daughter experienced, but it wouldn't be a cure. It will only support the symptoms. And I have had people say that they haven't had to use it again, that some people have, because they haven't had a flare in a while, and if they do, they'll go back to it. And there is that possibility that the flare will come back. You need to address the root cause, whether it is an allergy complaint, or if it's a dietary complaint, or it's an environmental complaint. But in any case, it's not going to be a permanent cure for you. But for many, it has been remarkable in the relief that it has given. And there are people who are symptom-free today. Will their eczema come back? Most likely it will. But it's been effective in supporting the symptoms without causing any adverse effects.
That's right. I think it will, for a lot of people who are using the smaller jars, who are using it for hand eczema or using it for scalp or on the face, it will take effect a lot faster than those who maybe had struggled with eczema a lot over like several years, and they're not having flares, but maybe just a consistent experience of eczema. They will have very different experiences, and I think that the smaller jars of people who are getting those may feel as though their eczema has disappeared and it won't come back. But I think you will be the first to say that it takes a 360 approach to long-term suppress the symptoms of eczema, because it's an autoimmune disease. Is that right?
That's right. And autoimmune diseases are linked to inflammation, and that comes under a whole host of inflammatory disorders, from rheumatoid arthritis to asthma to IBS, and as you see it, eczema, and the list goes on. So, and they all have their different symptoms, but the common denominator is inflammation. And sometimes that can be passed down through from parent to parent, or it could be a history of it in the family. And it's really looking more deeply at it in terms of understanding how to make the changes, what's the cause in the first place, and how to make these changes. to try and overcome these symptoms in the long term. And I truly believe that happened for Christina. We were following a plant-based diet. I'm not saying that is the cure for everybody, because everybody's different. And for her, it was food triggers in terms of dairy, egg, gluten, wheat, and acidic products. And products that cause inflammation like refined sugar. And it helped her to overcome it and beat it. And the cream helped tremendously in working alongside her change of lifestyle, which was her own choice eventually when she was feeling so much better, in terms of her physical health and her mental health, because there was a level of anxiety that was caused in her childhood from bullying at school, and she felt so much better on a plant-based diet. And we started off actually raw and it was Christina that felt so much better on it, and we supported her through that, and we haven't looked back, and it's been great. I mean, you know, I was chronically asthmatic, I was obese, I had a large inflammation, and I actually escaped an op from following an taking my own medicine, basically. I'm now a plant-based nutritionist, and I've supported people with all kinds of common lifestyle illnesses, and they've taken it the whole extra mile, and they're doing so much better. But it means taking responsibility and really looking at the root cause to get that real healing that you need. Otherwise, it's just going to be a sticking plaster, and taking care of the symptoms, which is just the surface.
That's really important what you mentioned about, taking care of the root cause, because there are so many different types of eczema and so many different triggers for people, and you'll find that some people are using our skincare and getting results who are not eating completely plant-based or completely healthy, and there are some people who are using the cream and are getting results, but as soon as they stopped eating healthy, the eczema came back, and they applied the cream again and started eating healthy again, and it went away. And I think also the Dermazeam cream is so synonymous with eczema because of your experience in helping Christina overcome those symptoms after years of searching for a solution. And I think that is very powerful for helping people with eczema. But the cream does not discriminate. I mean, any dryness, itching, inflammation, broken skin, the cream will go to work on those particular problems. And so that is at the core, that is what the cream does. And those symptoms are often caused by eczema or folliculitis, like I have, or other skin conditions. Or if you have hyperpigmentation, the cream will go to work on that and balance your skin tone and give you a sort of a glowing hue. So I think it's important to remember that the cream in itself can deal with any of those particular issues. But yeah, I think that's pretty much answered the question. Is there anything that you'd like to add before we end this episode, Carol?
As I always say, try the cream, try Dermazeam. If you're suffering with eczema, you've got 60 days of our guarantee where if it doesn't work for you, you have that length of time to really give it a good trial to see whether it's going to work for you and whether it will help you with those symptoms. And I check in with people. I want to find out how they're doing. I ask a few questions as well, because sometimes there could be things there that can actually help to get to the root cause, whether it is a allergy of some kind. Some people have gone and taken allergy tests, and they have found it could be contact dermatitis, or it's food related. So it's important to have these conversations and to find out what more can be done than just using the cream as well? And people are loving the cream anyway as a really natural and safe moisturizer for their skin. So even when they've used it and the symptoms have died down significantly or they've become symptom free, they're coming back to use it all the more because they know it's a safe, it's effective cream, it's lovely to use, and for the first time purchases, you've got that assurance from us for your 60-day money back guarantee. And if you have any questions, you can always get in touch with me. Go to the website. I'm there on WhatsApp. You can ask questions and make any of your comments here below. And also, if there's any other questions or content that you'd like to see, let us know.
That's right. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one.
Thank you. Bye for now.